me to recognize some of our distinguished guests that are here present this morning. As already indicated, our Vice Chancellor and the chief host of this three-day event is no other than the very forward-looking, creative, innovative, and achievement-driven Vice Chancellor, Professor F.F.O. Oruwese, FNSC. We also want to quickly recognize the principal officers that are here with him. We have the Deputy Vice Chancellor Administration of this university, Professor L. Ezemoe. Also here present today in dual capacity, he is, I must confess, the prime mover and the great initiator of this program, a worthy alumnus of Fulbright, but sitting as the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic of this university, Professor Abiodun Falode. We also have here present royalty. We are blessed to have him. He's a Royal Highness. He's also the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Ekewan Campus here in the University of Benin, Professor S. Aduwa Ogegbe, JP. The registrar of our university is here present. It's my delight to again welcome her in the person of Mrs. O.A. Oshodi. The exchequer of our university, and anytime I see him, my heart gladdens because of the potentials that can come from him. The bossa of our university, Dr. Babamila. The custodian of the books and indeed knowledge in this university, the librarian, is here. We're talking of Dr. Mrs. Evelyn A.O. Idiodi. This morning, we have a powerful team, the first set that has joined us from the United States Embassy. And we're pleased to have here present a very distinguished career personnel in the Foreign Service, the Public Affairs Officer of the American Embassy, Dahab Graben. And then the Cultural Affairs Assistant, also from the American Embassy, one of our own, but on international assignment. We have here present Mr. Clemson Ayebus. With the permission of our chairman, you please permit me to quickly make some of these other recognitions, and in due course we take more of them. It's my pleasure to recognize and respectfully invite him to the high table because of the very distinguished role he'll be playing here today as well. The immediate past Vice Chancellor of this university, Professor O.G. Oshodi, JP. Professor Oshodi, please, ushers, bring him up. Thank you. Thank you, the Vice Emeritus. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. I think that round of applause, a standing ovation, is a clear testimony to the great work that Professor Oshodi performed as Vice Chancellor of this university. Congratulations again, sir. We want to quickly recognize the Provost College of Medicine of this university, Professor Bishop Vincent Iyawe. We also want to recognize, we call him the Dean of Deans, the Dean of Postgraduate Studies of this university, Professor B.E. Omozua. We have here present the Dean of the Faculty of Life Sciences, Professor Mrs. Inabulele. And we have also here present the Dean of the Faculty of Agriculture of this university, Professor Ogbogodo. And then we have the Dean of Engineering, Professor Asien, here present. The Dean of Environmental Sciences of this university, Professor Jacob Ehiorobo. We have the President, Nigerian Medical Association, Edo State, who is also a staff of this university, Professor Omoti, the President. Our Chairman, thank you so much. And the former Dean of Basic Medical Sciences, Professor Azaya Ibe. Thank you for being here, my friend. And then a very distinguished, we are using him here, coming from another university, but served here in this university for many years. And is here, still very able, also a fulbright alumnus. We're talking here present, Professor Hope Obianwu, all the way from Niger Delta University now. Why will we take other introductions later of Fulbrighters? We want to use the oldest Fulbright alumnus here present amongst us. And we're talking of Professor A.B. Ebegbe, Fulbright year 1982. Then by the time he retires, I'll be the oldest one around. Ladies and gentlemen, as we have said, this event is a historic one. We have participants from many other universities around because it's a regional workshop. In due course, we are going to be recognizing them. But permit me to quickly recognize the university that just gave a master's degree to our former president. We're talking of the Open University, National Open University of Nigeria, and it's being represented here today by Dr. Christian Ofure, who is also a Fulbright alumnus. She is the head quality assurance unit of that university. As I have said, we'll be taking other recognitions in due course. But all the way from Auchi Polytechnic, we have the director of ICT, here present, Dr. Ibafe. Please also let's recognize him. And the man that has worked so tirelessly to make sure that the technical aspect of this program is well put together, we have the director of CRPU of this university, Professor Fred Ekaise. We want to quickly also recognize the Director of Students Guidance and Counseling Center of our university, Professor Mrs. Osaido. Thank you also for being here. There are some other directors and others that will be taken later, and but quickly, the Director of Gender Studies is here, and we are very pleased to have you also. Please welcome her very loudly to this occasion. As I have said, we'll be taking more recognitions in due course. Without wasting time, because we seem to have started behind schedule, we want to follow quickly our program. And the next item is we are therefore now inviting our host and the chairman of this occasion, our own Vice Chancellor, Professor F.F.O. Orunwese, FNSE, to now give his welcome address. The Vice Chancellor, please let's clap for him once again.
Principal officers of the University of Benin, members of Senate of the University of Benin, United States of America, Ambassador to Nigeria, members of the American Consulate representatives, members of the regional Fulbright alumni, the immediate past VC of the University of Benin, provost, deans and directors of the institutes, staff and students of the University of Benin, gentlemen of the press, other distinguished invitees, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you all to the regional fulbright workshop and education USA College Fair Art Exhibition on Good Governance and Education, holding in this great university of Benin, Nigeria, from 19th January to 22nd January 2016. The regional fulbright workshop will provide opportunity for all our students, young lecturers, and professionals to learn about the fulbright education exchange study program in the USA. The fulbright education program, founded by Senator James William Fulbright in 1946, is a competitive merit-based grant for international education exchange for students, scholars, teachers, professionals, scientists, and artists. It is worthy to note that the Fulbright USA student program offers grants in almost academic discipline except clinical medical research involving patient contact. Thus, this workshop is very timely in the development of human resources in academics, and generally we enhance research and academic activities in our great university in furtherance of my strong desire for academic excellence in the University of Benin. The workshop will therefore provide valuable information about Fulbright program, the online application system, competitive selective process, and the benefit of education exchange and study in the USA. The beauty of this workshop is that it is knowledge-based for Nigerian scholars, researchers, and graduate students. I heartily welcome you all for deliberation and interaction during the workshop and Education USA College Fair and Art Exhibition. I therefore declare the Regional Fulbright Workshop and Education USA College Fair and Exhibition open. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you so much. Please, we want to fully appreciate our Vice Chancellor. He's an internationally minded scholar. UNIBEN has been hosting all different types of international programs, just like the Eminent Personality Program, where the former ambassador of the United States to Nigeria, talking of Carrington, the two of them were here with us. Please, let's once again clap for our Vice Chancellor. Thank you so much, sir. She's in a unique position here. She's almost now a Nigerian citizen. She has been working so hard to promote international cooperation. She's been in the donut for so many times and years, carrying out research. And today, she's here as a Fulbrighter from the United States in Nigeria. She has been so powerful in coordinating this. Please, let's specially recognize and welcome Professor Jane Bogatti, a US citizen who is here with us on the Fulbright Exchange Program. We now want to move quickly and they want to respectfully invite the Public Affairs Officer of the United States Embassy, talking of Dehab Gabriel, to now please give her own remarks as per this program. Please, let's welcome her this moment to give us a talk.
Vice Chancellor Professor Paradai Arunwese, members of the Governing Council of the University of Benin, distinguished Nigerian Fulbright alumni, staff and students of the University of Benin, staff and students of various universities in southern Nigeria, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
I want to say I'm honored to be in the middle of so many distinguished academics, not only from the UNIBEN, but from the region as well. So I thank the Vice Chancellor for inviting us here. It is such a great pleasure for me and my team to be here today to participate in the Regional Fulbright Scholarship and Exhibition. I want to extend special thanks to Professor Jean Borgatti. I have known Jean since her first Fulbright grant to this prestigious university. On behalf of Ambassador James Entwistle, Consul General John Bray, and the Public Affairs section of the U.S. Mission in Nigeria, I would like to thank the management of the University of Benin for collaborating with our office to organize this important workshop and timely workshop and hosting participants from various universities in southern Nigeria. This is really a beautiful campus and a huge campus too. I've been here since yesterday we came in and today, and really we needed to ask several times where we were going because it's so large, and even some of the students didn't know, where we were headed. They couldn't tell us what it was. So it's really amazing that, I've been hearing about UNIBEN for many, many years, but just visiting the campus tells it all. You really have an amazing campus and students who seem to be really into getting the appropriate education that they need in order to function outside of this environment. I had several opportunities, as I said, to come, but I'm happy to be here today. I have spent the last 3 years at the Public Affairs Office in Lagos, and I'm excited to have a chance to visit this historic city of Benin and participate in various academic and cultural activities. Again, I want to extend our deep appreciation for your tireless work in organizing the conference and the cultural events. Although the alumni present here have first-hand knowledge of the Fulbright program, please allow me to briefly offer an overview of the prestigious program so that other participants may appreciate its significance. Established in 1946, in the aftermath of World War II, the Fulbright program supports educational exchanges that strengthen understanding and communication between the United States and more than 155 countries, including Nigeria. The Fulbright program is funded by the U.S. Department of State's Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs and partner governments, corporations, foundations, and academic institutions. Since the early 1960s, Fulbright students and scholars programs have enabled Nigerians to study and conduct research in the United States. The Fulbright Scholarship Program also brings American scholars to Nigeria. Dr. Jean Borgatti is one of 12 American Fulbright grantees currently in the country. Worldwide, over 310,000 outstanding academics selected for their academic merit and leadership potential have studied, taught, and conducted research in the United States and other participating countries. Approximately 8,000 grants are awarded annually to promote leadership, development, learning opportunities, research, and international cooperation. About 2,800 are American scholars and students who go to the various countries to either teach or conduct research. Fulbright is the most widely recognized and prestigious international exchange program in the world, supported for more than half a century by the American people through an annual appropriation from the US Congress by the people and people partnering countries. The US mission in Nigeria continues to support an active academic and cultural exchange program that strengthens academic and cultural ties between our two nations. The Public Affairs section of the US Embassy in Abuja and the US Consulate General in Lagos partner with 25 institutions in Nigeria to recruit for the Fulbright program, including the University of Benin. It is gratifying to know that over 1,000 Nigerian scholars have benefited from the Fulbright program, and they are making significant contributions in their institutions and local communities, both at the national and international levels. As a matter of fact, the first executive vice president of Nigeria, Dr. Alex Ekweme, was one of the first Nigerians to benefit from the Fulbright program at the University of Washington, where he pursued a bachelor's degree in architect and city planning. Through the Fulbright program, Nigerian scholars have built connections between their home institutions and American universities, hence expanding and strengthening the diversity of our educational institutions. They have had the opportunity to develop lifelong friendships and professional relationships, and to become members of an international community of scholars who collaborate on projects and research and share professional expertise. And I'd like to say that Professor Jim Borgatti is an example who has returned to UNIBEN twice as a Fulbright scholar, and also in the early 70s on her own to do research here. So the theme for today's regional Fulbright workshop is good governance and education. It is widely believed that the development of more informed citizens promotes voice and accountability in democracy. Increases in economic equality can reduce potential instability and violence, and this socialization into norms, including attachment to the state, helps reduce control corruption. The more citizens are educated, the more they're empowered to play a constructive role in the governance process. To talk about the Fulbright application process, the reason why we chose to visit here is to highlight the importance of that the Fulbright application will open on February 1st. So we want to encourage all the participants here, for those of you who would like to take advantage of it, to consider it, and you have about 4 to 5 months to complete the application process. So this application process is for the academic year 2017 to 2018. Last August, we interviewed 60 applicants, and we forwarded recommendations to Washington for final selection. We interviewed 60, and so we're hoping that there will be a large group that will be selected sometime this summer, actually very soon, in the next 4 months, and then travel would be in June, July. So I'd like to encourage everyone to consider and share this information with others who would be interested in this. This workshop, again, will provide one-on-one sessions, more detailed information about the application process. In conclusion, let me once again commend the University of Benin for hosting us today, and I pledge our commitment to joining hands with you to build a vibrant academic community. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. In the course of this program, we're sure that some of the points she has raised already about the way to apply, the things that are involved will be talked on, and then of course some former Fulbrighters that benefited will definitely also be addressing us on their own experiences during the time. But once again, let's welcome very warmly to our midst the representative of the embassy here, PAO, that is the Public Affairs Officer, the American Embassy. She has been here for many years. We have had cause to interact with her. Please, let's warmly welcome her again with a round of applause. Thank you so much, ma'am. Before we move on, I want to quickly also recognize here present my employer, a member of the Governing Council of our university, and the Director of Alumni Relations, Mr. S.E. Omagbon. He's an employer. Please, let's clap for our employer very well, too. And then we have also here present Director of Sports of this university, Dr. Felicia Ebase, Mrs. Thank you so much for being here. And then so that when they are signing confirmation of those that have been at work, I must also recognize my head of department because it's the one that we sign. And so permit me to welcome Professor L.E. Otoide, Fellow Historical Society of Nigeria, the HOD, History and International Studies of this university. We must do everything to secure our jobs. Thank you very much. At this stage, we want to now invite our brother, an officer in the Public Affairs Section of the American Embassy and International Worker, is Mr. Clemson Yebusi, to now do the fulbright presentation. Thank you very much.
The Vice Chancellor, the former Vice Chancellor, distinguished scholars, good morning. Good morning to you all. Are you happy to be here? Yes. My boss and myself and my colleague, we are very, very excited to be here. The Vice Chancellor said something yesterday which I held on to. He said, this university is uni-best. And I seriously held on to it. And I think he repeated it twice. So he said, uni-best, uni-best. I said, not uni-best again, it is uni-best. We are happy to be at the University of Benin, the best university, right? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I know a lot of work has been done to put this together. And I had the privilege of working with a lot of the faces I'm seeing. I have some of our alumni here. I have some applicants that we have interviewed. I have seen some, and they are here today to be part of this workshop. Thank you so much for taking time to come. And I've seen some graduate students. Any graduate students here? Graduate students? Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yes. Anybody doing his or her PhD, running PhD program, faculty members running PhD program? Anybody? Yes, I can see some hands. Oh, wow. You're at the right place. Do we have senior faculty having at least 3 years of PhD experience? Professors having or doctors having at least 3 years of PhD experience? Anybody? All right. That means we are at the right place. We are at the right place, okay? And we are going to be taking some presentations, one today, one tomorrow, and I'm sure our alumni too are prepared to share their experiences. And in all, I want to believe that we are going to give you good information, valuable information that will help you to successfully apply for the Fulbright program, and of course join the prestigious alumni group worldwide. I'm going to start off by showing you a very brief video. It's just like 3 minutes. Let's get started with the video. It talks about the Fulbright program. Just, I think, like 3 minutes. I hope it will project well, but please pay attention. If you need a bio, you can let me know. I'll provide a bio for you because you have a lot to jot. But unfortunately, I don't have a jotter, okay? So we are going to provide bio for every one of you because on the pen we have our website address, which is very, very key. When you talk about information regarding the Fulbright program, you need to go on our website. There are valuable information there which I want you to take advantage of, okay? So let's start off by listening to the video.
James William Fulbright left his home in Arkansas to embark on a journey across the Atlantic. He studied at Oxford University, traveled throughout Europe, and learned about the lives and concerns of the people he met along the way. But the results of this transformational overseas experience would not fully emerge for another 20 years. After Fulbright returned to the United States, he attended law school, served as a university president, and began a career in public service. In 1945, as the junior senator from Arkansas, he introduced legislation to use funds from surplus war materials for a new international educational exchange program. In 1946, President Harry Truman signed legislation to establish the Fulbright program, an international scholarship with an ambitious goal to increase mutual understanding and support friendly and peaceful relations between the people of the United States and the people of other countries. Today, through an annual appropriation from the U.S. Congress, the U.S. Department of State sponsors Fulbright program exchanges with more than 155 countries around the world. The State Department manages the overall program, sets priorities, allocates resources, and funds the Fulbright program's day-to-day administration by non-governmental organizations, such as IIE and CIES. In each country, the State Department's U.S. Embassy staff works with partner governments to provide in-country oversight for the Fulbright program. In some countries, the two governments have established independent binational Fulbright commissions to carry out the program. Finally, the Foreign Scholarship Board establishes policies and procedures and selects participants for the Fulbright program. Worldwide, most of the funding for the Fulbright program comes from the U.S. government, while many foreign governments contribute substantially to the program as well. Higher education institutions, both in the U.S. and abroad, also play an important role, sharing costs and serving as centers of academic and professional development for Fulbrighters. Private organizations and individual donors provide additional funding and in-kind support. Through this cooperation among governments, academia, the private sector, and civil society, the Fulbright program increases international understanding and responds to critical global issues. Fulbrighters the world over are engaged in projects on environmental issues, food security, public health, education, and other challenges that require innovation, creativity, and knowledge that transcends borders. So what does it mean to be a Fulbrighter? Fulbrighters are current and future leaders who are ready to share their knowledge and culture, who are open to new ideas, and who are committed to international engagement. Fulbright alumni have gone on to become Nobel Prize winners, heads of state, ambassadors, leaders in scientific research and innovation, educators, artists, business professionals, and civic leaders. Above all, Fulbrighters exemplify the power of international academic exchange to transform lives, bridge geographic and cultural boundaries, and promote a more peaceful and prosperous world.
Yes, hello. Yes, I hope you were paying attention to the video. The video is very... Hello? Sorry? Okay, the volume is not clear. Oh, okay. Okay, no problem. Most of what the information on the video, I'm going to talk about them during my presentation, okay? Yes, so what we're trying to do today is to just make sure we engage you in different ways so that somehow you'll be able to benefit maximally from the workshop. Don't bother, all the information on the video, I'm going to talk about it during my presentation, okay? Now, the Fulbright program, just as my boss stated in remarks, is established in the year 1946 and under the legislation introduced by a senator called William Fulbright. And this program is very, very important because it's a two-way thing. It's a two-way street. I call it a two-way street. The program sends U.S. scholars, U.S. students, artists, and professionals to other countries of the world, more than 155 countries, including Nigeria. I think Nigeria is very, very fortunate to be part of Fulbright. And not only that, we have scholars, researchers, professionals, and students being sent to the U.S. on yearly basis. And in our office, we are privileged to meet with them on a yearly basis, I interview them for the Fulbright program. And the program in Nigeria is fully sponsored, unlike other countries of the world where you have binational commissions. You are yet to have a binational commission in Nigeria, but we hope one day we are going to have it. Now, the importance of having a binational commission is that the government of Nigeria, if they are interested, they can contribute certain amount of money to support the program and increase the number of participants. But over the years, what the US government have been able to do and sustain is to send scholars, students, professionals, scientists, artists to the US on a yearly basis on a fully funded program. And you know, we're going to be talking about the grant benefits, and I tell you, it is a multi-million dollar investment in Nigeria. Let's put our hands together for the US government. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, our office is involved because we are the, we have the first contact with anybody that is a potential Fulbright alumni or participant. And my boss mentioned in her remarks that approximately 310,000 people, including Americans and Nigerians, and people from all over the world have participated in this program. Over 8,000 grants under the Fulbright are awarded annually. Is that not amazing? These are interesting figures I want you to pay attention to. Now, the Fulbright is the most widely recognized and prestigious international exchange program in the world. If you are a Fulbrighter, I want to tell you, I have a few pins for some of our Fulbrighters here. One day, let me give you an example of what happened. One of our Fulbright alumni in Nigeria was to travel abroad. And suddenly he had a problem with security at a foreign airport, but he was wearing this Fulbright tie. And before you know it, somebody just recognized it and said, "Are you a Fulbrighter?" He said, "Yes." And the person said, "I'm a Fulbrighter and a law enforcement agent." That was how the problem was solved. This was an experience that was shared with us. You know, what I'm trying to say is that it is a program that is recognized all over the world. And if you are an alumni of the Fulbright program, I want to tell you that it will tell on your career, it will tell on your studies, your experience, your interaction with people based on your experience in the US. Now, look at this map. I want somebody, these are the flags of the different countries where we have the Fulbright program. Can somebody find out or locate the Nigerian map? Anybody? Anybody? Anybody, you can just come, yeah. Can you locate it? This is the point that, just point to 8. Yeah, point to 8. Wow, that's wonderful. Let's put our hands together for him. That means he's paying attention. I have a gift for you. I have a lot of gifts today to give out, and I hope it will go round. I have this for you. Don't worry, gift for everyone. Gift for everyone, okay? Let's continue. Now, these are some of our alumni. The first photo you are seeing, it may not be really clear, but this gentleman and ladies, they are some of our Fulbright alumni. They participated in a program called the Fulbright Trans-Sahara Undergraduate Program. Okay, and they spent like 2-3 years in the US, and they had their degree program in US colleges and universities. And today they are very well recognized graduate students today. And also this second photo shows some of our alumni actually in the US. They took this photo in the US. Now, the goals of the Fulbright program. What are the goals of the Fulbright program? We have talked about the purpose. Who can remind me the purpose of the Fulbright program? From the speech of my boss and from the video we watched. What's the purpose? What's the main purpose of the Fulbright program? Anybody? Oh, did you listen? Oh, great. all right. But yeah, it's part of the presentation. Okay, can anybody help us? Anybody? All right. Let me give him the opportunity.
It's an international educational exchange program to promote the mutual understanding between the students in the United States of America and Nigeria.
Thank you very much. I have a gift for you. Yes, it is America's flagship international educational exchange program that is designed to promote mutual understanding between the people of the United States and those of the participating countries, including Nigeria. Thank you so much. I have a gift for you. Let's see. This is the US government. It's all about the US government. Thank you. Yeah. I still have additional things to give you. I don't have the time now. Now, the goals of the Fulbright program. Number one, cultural exchange. If you go to the US, you become a cultural ambassador. You'll be asked to share your culture, and not only that, you will learn the culture of the American people. Not only that, you are going to learn the culture of other people from other countries that are participating in the same program. And so the Fulbright program promotes cultural exchange. Number two, mutual understanding. And part of it is what we have today. You can see my boss, an American, sitting right in our midst. She's very comfortable. There's no fear, there's nothing. So these are the kind of opportunities that the Fulbright offers. Now we have academic development. I know if I ask the goals of the Fulbright program, majority of us will say, yes, academic development. Why? Because we are in academic environment, am I right? But it is much more than that. Let's continue. We have personal development. Personal development. As we are going to see, look at this photo. This is one of our Fulbright FLTA program. When she was in the US, she was able to develop her presentation skills. She made a very amazing presentation about Nigeria and Yoruba culture. And up to today, they still refer to her presentation in the US. And today, Folake Benson, she was Folake Oyedeko, but today is Folake Benson. She got married. She is in charge of the Yoruba program, teaching diplomats on how to speak and write Yoruba at the consulate office, and I'm very, very proud of her. And each time we have the Fulbright selection process for the FLTA program, she has participated much more than 2 times. Now, she was able to develop her presentation skills, her public speaking skill, and these are part of things you are going to learn if you are part of the Fulbright program. Now, we also have professional development. As we are here today, we have different career, prospects. We have different, fields of human endeavors. We are representing different fields of human endeavor. And so, professionally, if you participate in the Fulbright program, you will be able to develop professionally in your area of expertise. And not only that, people that participate on the Fulbright program should add value to their institution, to themselves, to people around them, to their students. If you're a lecturer, it is expected that by the time you come back, you should have something additional to add to the way you teach, the way you make presentation, the way you conduct research. And of course, you need to impact all this on your students so that they can learn. Okay? And not only that, the US host institution must benefit from your participation. Who is this? The profile of a successful fulbrighter. Can anybody recognize this person? Anybody? Can you recognize him? Woo! Wonderful. Okay, you want to point out the person? Yes, I have something for you, sir. I have something for you. All right, it's our Honorable Vice Chancellor Academics. Yeah, let's put our hands together for our Vice Chancellor. Now, I want to put it on record. Each time we send a lot of information regarding exchanges, regarding program administration to various universities in Nigeria. But there is something amazing that I found out. And in fact, I wrote it, I put it on email. I don't know if Professor Falodo kept the email. Each time I send email, whether in the night or in the day or any time, Professor Falodo will be the first person to acknowledge the receipt and act on it. I was saying, the webmaster was here, when I was saying, oh, the webmaster, because each time, he would just forward the email to the webmaster. Please act on it immediately. But the email address just shows the webmaster. But today I've met the webmaster. I think I should have a gift for the webmaster too. So you see me later, the webmaster. And I want to really appreciate you. You are wonderful. This is the kind of Fulbrighters we are looking for. People that are very proactive. People that can make things happen. And that is why we are talking about the profile of a successful Fulbright alumni. Number one, leadership potential. We don't just select anyone. We are looking for people with leadership potential, people that can, lead people in the right manner. And not only that, we have people that are highly motivated. Okay? And these are things we look at during interviews. At times when you come, we look at your body language, we look at the way you talk, we look at the way you react to questions. It speaks volumes. And I want you to pay attention to all this. Now, also we have strong academic background. If you are not performing very well, how can you be an international scholar? And that is why for graduate students that are here, for undergraduate students that are here today, I think you are very, very privileged. I want to challenge you. You need to put in your best in your academics. We are looking for people with strong academic background. We want to look at your CV. We want to look at what you have been able to achieve academically. And you see, at times we might not see you. In fact, before the interview, at times it takes us weeks and months to review your application. We are not looking at you. We are looking at your paper qualification. Although the application process is much more than the paper qualification, but at least the paper qualification is the first point of contact with the US Embassy, right? Yes. Please, we need people with very strong academic background. Passion for increasing mutual understanding among nations and cultures, we've spoken about that. People that will serve as cultural ambassadors and must be prepared to speak about their country, about the culture in their country, and research to foreign audience. At times when you travel on the Fulbright program, you are from Nigeria, am I right? The question is that, what are the prevailing things in the news in Nigeria? Number one, Boko Haram. Thank you. Yes, Boko Haram, yes. What other thing? Corruption, yes. What other thing? Sorry. What? And so on and so forth, right? If you go to the US on the Fulbright program, you'll be given an opportunity to speak on corruption, on Boko Haram, on Chibok girls, kidnapping, and equally all other good things. Nollywood, right? What about sports? Yes, football. it is much more than going to the US to research. Can somebody help me out with the cable? It's much more than going to the US to research or to teach. It's about being a well-rounded scholar. A well-rounded scholar that knows about his country or her country and what is going on in the country, okay? And a successful Fulbright scholar must have serious commitment. Pay attention to this. To completing the program and returning home so that he or she can reach out to communities and participate in Fulbright alumni activities. You see, when you come for interviews, or maybe when you send your application, you see there are some languages you will use, or when you apply as a person, that will know that if you go on the Fulbright program, you might not be able to, not be willing to come back. Such people, do you think we are going to recruit such people? No, we are not going to recruit such people. We want change agents. We want people that have high moral value. We want people of integrity that will go to the US and come back and give back. Okay? Now, interesting numbers. This year we have 10 American, I think it's 12 in total. 12 in total. So my boss is very correct. We have 12 American scholars and students currently in Nigeria conducting research and teaching in various universities in Nigeria. We have our able professor here. We have, Professor Jim Bogari. We have a professor in the University of Abuja, Covenant University. We have people in Unilag. We have people, just all over the universities we work with. And these are part of the interesting things about the Fulbright program. Also, this last year, not this year now, last year, we were able to send like 30 scholars and students, graduate students to the US on the Fulbright program, fully sponsored by the US government. That is very, very commendable. Now, hundreds of Fulbright alumni worldwide are in top positions in the world. For instance, we have people that are head of state or government. We have people in US Congress. We have one person that has served as Secretary General of the UN, and so on and so forth. So this is to tell you the caliber of people that you will interact with when you become an alumni. And I want to encourage you to put in your best when you make up your mind to apply. Now, we have the different grant categories under the Fulbright program. When you say Fulbright program, it is not just one program. It is just an umbrella with, different, just like a tree with different branches. And we are going to use this few minutes to talk about the different categories of programs. The first one is called the Fulbright Junior Staff Development Program. Can we echo it together, please? Let's say it again. Thank you. Do you know why I'm asking you to say it? So that at the end of the day, it will be part of you. Okay? If we go through the criteria and you are interested, you'll be able to identify with the program. So it's very, very important. Now, this is a non-degree program. In fact, all the Fulbright programs are non-degree awarding programs. But how does it work? This program is for young faculty members. Faculty members that are currently running their PhD program, and they are at least 2 years into their PhD program. These are people that need mentorship. They are people that, for instance, most of the time when people come for interviews in our office, they tell us that they are into sciences. In science field, they have problem with this equipment, they have problem with this chemical, they have problem with... we will just look at it and say, okay, now tell us, what exactly do you want to do? The fulbright program will give you an opportunity to go to the US. If you are 2 years into your PhD program under the Fulbright Junior Staff Development Program, to conduct doctoral research in your field of study or research. And it will enable you to interact with professors, professionals in your field in the US. And not only that, it will give you the opportunity to use state-of-the-art equipment that may not be available in your university. And so the application process, will open on the 1st of February. In fact, just as my boss noted, this is the best time to conduct the fulbright workshop. You know, most of the time we are busy doing a lot of things. We are very busy people, but at times, you know, in February, I think we've had one in February, we've had one in almost May, we've had one in August. It's like after this, this workshop, those that are interested, I want you to use all the information, the energy you have acquired, built up. After this workshop, put it into the application process and make sure you give your best. And your best will be rewarded, okay? Now, the deadline for submitting application is June 1st, and the selection committee will conduct interviews normally in August. It may be beginning of August or late August. Now, part of the grant benefit is that, of course, you'll be issued a free visa. Is it really free? No. The US government is responsible for it. It's not really free. Your round trip airfare to the US, settling in allowance, monthly stipend, housing allowance, book supplies, computer allowance, and so on and so forth. Even health insurance is all encompassing. But let me say this, the Fulbright program is not an avenue to make money. And that's why I tell all our grantees, we conduct a very detailed pre-departure orientation for them. And we tell them that they should take care of themselves while in the US. The little stipend given to them, it's not a salary, it's for them to take care of themselves and make something meaningful out of the Fulbright program. Don't go to the US and save money. Don't go to the US and starve yourself. Don't go to the US. Yes. You know people like dollar. I need to say this. No, seriously. In fact, we had that some parents, when they see that, somebody has been, been selected for the Fulbright program, they feel, American government will give dollars to them. It's time to spend. No, it's much more than that. It's much more than that. But this program does not really support dependents. It is a doctoral research and does not support dependents traveling to the US with the grantee. So when you are applying, please don't come to us and say, my wife needs to travel to America. I need to go with my daughter or anybody. No. It is meant for you to go and conduct quality research in the US, and I tell you, it's going to be a very busy time when you are given the opportunity to benefit on this program. Now, let's look at the eligibility criteria. I've mentioned this, 2 years into your PhD program, you must do TOEFL and you must score at least, how many marks? 200 on the internet-based test. We have the paper-based, we don't need the paper-based. You must do the internet-based test. But there's one wonderful thing about registering for this test. If you start early, and if we see that your application is very competitive and very good, the US government will send you voucher. Our office will send a voucher to you to register for TOEFL. So it is free for you. But is it really free? No, the US government will pay for it. Okay? Now, you need strong proposal outlining your research objectives. What are the methodologies you are going to employ? What's the time frame? You have 9 months. How are you going to use the 9 months? Some people will just send in a proposal no outline of what they tend to achieve in the US. When we see such proposals, yes, it might be very good, very appealing, but because the scholar or the applicant has not done his or her homework very well, such proposal will be set aside. It will be set aside. So you need to tell us what exactly you want to achieve, your methodology, how you want to use your 9 months of research, and of course, justification for conducting your research in the US. Let me say this. The GSD applicants, some of them when they come to our office, what they tell us is that, oh, they are the only one working on malaria. Oh, in Nigeria, there is only one spec in, one university there. Every other thing is not, it is not true. If you come to our office to say that, I'm telling you, we will look at you as a lazy scholar. Yes, I need to say this. We will look at you as a lazy. We work with a lot of people. As we are working with Uniben, we are working with UI, we are working with UNA, we are working with other research institutions. We know what they have. If you have not done your homework very well, and you are coming for interviews, we are going to find out. So what I'm trying to say is this. If you are researching on malaria, go onto the internet. Who are the people working on malaria in Nigeria? Are there people, research institutes working on malaria? Are there government grants outside of the US government grants, towards, funds towards malaria, what's it called now? Malaria disease? Find out. Scholars in Nigeria must collaborate. We have found out that you scholars are not collaborating. You want to go and work with somebody in the US. What about the person you are seeing in Nigeria? You're not working with the people you are seeing in Nigeria and want to go to the US. I doubt it when you come back. I don't think you will be able to pass the knowledge effectively. So please, do your homework very well. Collaborate with others working in your field of research and your field of study. So that when you come to our interviews and we ask you this, we ask you that, you will justify why we need to approve or recommend your application to the US Department of State. Now, the website is here, online website, embark.admissions.com, apply.embark.com. When you follow this website, you are going to get to the application page. All that is required of you is to supply an email address and a password, and you must remember your password because each time you go and visit the website, it will require you to supply the same password. But I need to say this for people that have applied for the program and are still interested. People that apply and were not successful and they are still interested in the program. If you go back and use your old email, the system will not allow you to do that. What the system will be telling you is that there is an existing application online. So, if you are still interested for the different programs, use a new email address, okay? It's very, very, very important. Please take note of that. Now let's get on. The second program is called Fulbright African Research Scholar Program. What did I call it, please? Fulbright African Research Scholar Program. Let's say it again. Fulbright African Research Scholar Program. Now, let's compare and contrast. The first one I call it the Fulbright Junior Staff Development Program, the GSD. It is for junior faculty members for doctoral research. This program is for senior faculty members. So, for the senior faculty members present, please pay attention to this. Now, this program is designed to conduct postdoctoral research in the US for a minimum of 3 to 9 months. Now, if you have a very good research, compelling research, you can send it in by applying for this program. We have two types of grants under this category. The first one is called the Senior Research Program, which enables selected candidates to pursue individual research in your area of interest. We have the second one called the Professional Development Program, and it enables selected candidates to pursue professional interest, and it will enable them to consult with their American peers. In fact, this one is more or less a collaborative research, this professional development program, while this one is just an individual research. Okay? Now, under the professional development program, we have another category on HIV research. If there's anybody here today that is researching in the area of HIV, you have a very compelling, research topic, and you're a senior scholar, you can take advantage of the professional development program. There is a special program for HIV, people working in HIV field. So I want you to pay attention to that. Also, we have February 1st as the call for application. On February 1st, we are going to send out calls for application to the vice chancellors, the DVCs, and the principal officers of the university, and also to some of our alumni. But sincerely, we want all this information to be passed across to all interested scholars in your universities. So please don't just get our email and keep it. If you keep it, you'll be denying your university, your scholars, your graduate students from benefiting from the fulbright program. But if you send it out, just like our honorary professor here, send it out on time. Let people start on time. You have 5 months to invest in the application process. You start on time, seek advice. I want to believe that you can make it. It is possible, okay? Now, the selection committee also meets in August. Also, I want you to look at the grant benefits. In addition to what you have under the GSD program, you have professional allowance in addition to what you have under the GSD program. And not only that, under the GSD, I told you something about dependents. What did I say under the GSD program? They are not allowed. So don't come to us and say, oh, as a junior scholar, you want to take your wife, your children to, we'll say no. But if you're a senior scholar, I believe the junior ones will become the senior ones. Am I right? Yes. If you grow to become a senior scholar, then we will listen to you when you tell us that you want to take your wife and your children to the US. In fact, the US government will support you. There will be free visa for your wife, for your children, and of course, there is going to be what is called dependent allowance to support your children in the US. But we are not going to pay for all the flight tickets. If you have 2, 3 children, we are going to pay for one person. And that person must stay with you for at least 80% of the total time you are going to spend in the US. In other words, even though you can benefit from the dependents, allowances and benefits, if your dependent travels to the US and come like this next day or the next week or spend just a month, except the program is for 2 months, we are going to withdraw all the allowances for your dependents. So I want you to think it through. Whenever you are applying, please pay attention. Your dependent must be with you for at least 80% of the total time. In that case, we are ready to support you during the program. Now, reference will be given to applicants with strong proposals outlining their research objectives, the methodologies, time frame, and of course, justification for conducting their research in the US. Let's go to another category called the Fulbright Foreign Language Teaching Assistant Program. It's called the FLTA. FLTA. Let's say it together. Fulbright Foreign Language Teaching Assistant Program. Let's say it together, please. Let's say it again. This program is designed for teachers. And those teachers must be, graduate students. They may be, teaching assistants in the university, colleges of education, or even high school. But their field of study must be in English education, linguistics, or related fields. Someone in the field of engineering, we've been asked to recruit them. But we have found out from experience that if an engineering student is coming to apply for FLTA, at the end of the day, they don't make the best application. So we are strictly considering people in the field of English, sound graduate students with strong academic background. And what will they do when they go to the US? Two things. Number one, they will go to the US to teach Yoruba language. So any applicant that is interested must have vast knowledge in Yoruba language and culture, or in Hausa language and culture. Somebody is asking me that, Igbo, I know it will come up. My boss is here to justify me. But let me tell you, let me explain this. All these programs are designed to meet certain needs in US universities. Now, US university students, they have shown keen interest in Yoruba language and Hausa language. I don't know why they are not showing keen interest in Igbo language. I don't know. Seriously. The FLTA, do we have any FLTA alumni here? FLTA alumni? Okay, maybe, yeah. They are not showing interest. So it is the interest of the people that will work on to design most of these programs. Do you understand? It is not, let me tell you, we don't want any division in Nigeria. We don't want to answer any question. We don't want to answer to emails at night, calls at night. No. As much as possible, we are fair people. As you are going to see during the presentation, I'm going to show you, give you some points regarding the application process. Fairness is one of those things. Now, as I've said, US students have shown keen interest in Yoruba and Hausa, and that is why our program is tailored towards these two, languages. So FLTA participants, when they go to the US, they teach Yoruba or Hausa language, and they enroll as students. Two things at a time. They teach and they enroll as students, and they will take credits, and they go to classes, and they will take classes. And so anybody that wants to take this program must be able to manage his or her time, be sure of his or herself, because there is no hiding place in the US. You must be able to design the program when you get there, encourage students to apply at the beginning of the semester, design your courses, even though you have some advisors that will guide you, but majority of the work will be on you, and you will be assessed. Okay? So anybody applying must have proven teaching skills in the university, or polytechnic, college of education, or high school, and must be able to perform in dual role as a student and as a teacher. Now the criteria, you see here, TOEFL of at least 90, you have proven years of teaching experience, and you have credit, at least credit in Yoruba language or Hausa language, and of course your transcript will be required. For more information, you can visit, the program website, and from the program website you have more information on the program. And for the application, this is the link to the application, online application process, okay? Now, let's go to another program, Fulbright Scholar in Residence Program. Let's say it together, please. Let's say it again. Fulbright Scholar in Residence Program. It is called SIR program, SIR. This program is very unique. Do you know why it is unique? You don't need to apply for it. Scholars don't need to apply for Fulbright Scholar in Residence Program. It is US universities, colleges, institutions that identify scholars on this program and they will send to us. In fact, it's a two-way thing. At times, when you interact with US scholars, when they see that you have some unique qualities, leadership qualities, you have the knowledge of your, field of study, and they see that you can be a good resource to them in the US, they will name you to us that we want Professor Ikoria to come to Harvard University on the Fulbright Scholar in Residence Program. So, they will fill the form, do everything, send it to us, and of course we are going to administer the program. At times, they may send, an application without a named scholar. They will just say, okay, we need so-so-so person in so-so field. These are the qualities we are looking at. So-so-so field. And it is meant for us to now go, identify, and recruit a very eligible candidate to fill the slot. In other words, anything you do, you must do it well. There are opportunities that are hiding somewhere, and such opportunities can come to you in your field of study. And you must work with your university management very well, because if such opportunity comes up, we are not going to just probably contact you directly. What are we going to do? We'll contact the university authority that there is an opportunity for a scholar in the field of genetics to go and research or teach at the University at Yale University, for instance, and we'll send all the materials. So, they will just go out and search for, such scholars. Of course, not one person, okay? Maybe 2 or 3, which we are going to, verify, scrutinize, and of course, select the best, okay? And do we understand the program, how it works? Yeah. Good. For more information, of course, you can visit cies.org. It will take you to the web page. Now, this is another program called the Fulbright Specialist Program. Let's say it together. The Fulbright Specialist Program. This program is also unique. It is unique in the sense that it is not about sending Nigerian scholars to the US. It is the other way around. It is about sending US scholars, professionals from the US to Nigeria to help in your university. If you have a need in your department, if you have a need in a center in the university, if you have a need at a particular faculty, you can seek for assistance. You can come to us and tell us that, okay, do we have scholars that can really help us in curriculum development, for instance, scholars that can help to teach certain courses, which experts might not be readily available to handle, okay? And US government can actually work to bring such scholars to Nigeria to assist your department, your faculty, even a university-wide, exchange, okay? And so I want you to really think about it. There is a cost-sharing component, okay? You may be asked to provide housing or certain things for the scholar, but the honorarium, the flight ticket, everything will be provided. But just last year, before the end of last year, the US Department of State told us that Nigeria can actually benefit on this program without paying anything again. This program can be a fully funded program in Nigeria. Okay, so your university actually may not, contribute any, but I still encourage you to, if you want to benefit for the program, at least you can do housing, very good befitting housing. Okay, but if you don't have the capacity to do that, if you have the capacity to do that, do it. But if you don't have the capacity to do that, of course, you can bring a scholar to assist you in your department. The time is gone, right? Now, this program is called International Fulbright Science and Technology Award Program, and this program is designed for people that are interested in PhD program, fully sponsored. In fact, people that are benefited in Nigeria, they have the opportunity, they are master students, but when they go to the US, they still have the opportunity of doing masters and PhD, a double honor program. Okay? And it is in the field of sciences, technology, and engineering. Interested candidates can talk to us or send an email to us at the end of the program, and the only thing is that the last academic session we were unable to recruit for the program. That's a worldwide evaluation of the program, so we couldn't really recruit for it. We are still waiting for direction from the US Department of State. But we have current grantees in the US on this program. Okay, and that young chap graduated from the University of Lagos, studied petroleum engineering, and is currently in Texas A&M studying petroleum engineering PhD. Okay, so the time is gone. General eligibility requirement for the Fulbright program: you must be a citizen of Nigeria. Anybody that is not in Nigeria cannot benefit on the Fulbright program in Nigeria. They need to go back to their countries to apply. Okay? And what is this? Is the Nigerian passport. Now, applicants will be considered without regard to what? Race, your religion, you are not interested in your gender, your age, or physical impairment. So, even the physically challenged people can apply for the Fulbright program. Okay? Now, preference is given to those without recent experience in the US. If you have been going to the US on bi-monthly basis or monthly basis, at some point you want to apply for the US, maybe you've had the opportunity of going for so many, academic opportunities. But think about somebody that has no hope, or somebody that has no opportunity to, fairness, we say that we should consider that person. Am I right? Yes. Okay? Now, a detailed statement of purpose, of proposed activities, and proficiency in English, very critical. Applicants should demonstrate cross-cultural sensitivity and flexibility while in the US. And of course, Fulbright program does not award grant for clinical medical research involving contact with patients. So I want people in medical field to pay attention to this. If you're a medical doctor, you are interested in the Fulbright program, the way you tailor your proposal must not be the one that will have to do with contact with a patient. You want to take blood sample? No, you can't take blood sample in the US. You understand? You can do, for instance, research on HIV without taking blood sample or having any contact with patients. So we are just saying this so that when you write or email to us, at least you will know that having contact with patients is not allowed. Okay? Now, affiliation with a US host institution, very important, particularly for the senior category. For the senior category, you want to go to the US to research, postdoctoral research, you must have a contact in the US. Such contact must be willing to support your research and of course give you what is called a letter of affiliation. These are things that will make your application to be very competitive. We will know that you are adding, you are doing, extra work. You are making extra sending a blank application. No move, no, contact, nothing. No. You must make contacts via the email. Just, you can even Google your research, your area of research. You'll be surprised. People that are working in the same area in the US, read about them. That will give you the idea of people that you can easily work with, right? So also, you have a list of different universities there. How many universities do we have in the US? Anybody? How many universities do we have in the US? My boss is here to yes, anybody? Yes? 3,000? No. 4,000 plus. I think I should give you something. It's 4,000 plus. Thank you so much. Yeah. Now, university preferences. For instance, if you are unable to get an affiliation at the end of the day, but of course we must know that you have made efforts. If you are not making any effort, we will know. But if you are making effort and you are unable to get an affiliation in your field of study or research, we can now come in, but we will prove that, okay? Now, how do I apply for the Fulbright program? Is that not the question in our mind? So many people here, right? Let's see. Applying for the Fulbright program is very demanding, rigorous, but at the end, it pays off, right? Yeah. Let's see. At least we have alumni here. They can testify to the fact that they made it. You can make it. You can make it. That is the summary of our message to you today. You can make it. Okay? Now, candidates are selected based on a variety of factors that may not include, that is not limited to academic qualification, the feasibility of your project. You have 9 months, for instance. If you are telling us that you want to use 15 months or 12 months, without 12 months, there is no way you can complete your research. Such people will say, well, we can only fund you for 9 months. So if you need 12 months, unfortunately, we may consider people with maybe 3 months proposal, 4 months, 5 months, and so on and so forth. And in fact, let me tell you this. Most of the time, the senior scholar, when they apply, some people don't really need 9 months. But in the application, they will indicate 9 months. Seriously, we have experienced people that have been sitting on the Fulbright interview panel. And here today, I have one of them. We've utilized her. We brought her from Benin to Lagos to sit on the interview panel. Professor Ikoria. So she has the experience. So what we are saying is that if your research will take just 5 months, tell us it's 5 months. If it is going to take 2 months, tell us it's 2 months. If you are doing that, it will give opportunities for as many people to apply. Instead of giving 1 9-month grant, if we have people that are very sincere, okay, you have 2 months there, you have 1 month there, you have 3 months there, we will just give to 3 people instead of what? 1 person. Is that fairness? Yes. Does it make sense? Yes. Now, prospective applicants are encouraged to consider carefully their intentions, their goals, their future plans, prospective projects before applying or seeking for grants. And I've told you that the application process is lengthy and what? Rigorous. But if you can follow through, I'm telling you, you'll be glad you did. This is very important. You need to consult Fulbright alumni for guidance and what? Very, very important. Particularly people that are interested in Junior Scholar Program, GSD program. Don't just say, I want to apply for Fulbright and just go push without seeking for advice. Don't do that. We have people that can guide you through. They have been through the process, they passed through the process. They can give you valuable advice. They can guide you, they can mentor you. They can review your application for you. They can correct your applications for you. And please use them as your first resource. when you are thinking about applying for the Fulbright program. Now, you can see somebody making consultation, right? Yes. This is exactly what we want, mentoring and consultation. Areas of study, stroke research related to U.S. mission objectives are given preference. This is very, very important. I know my boss is just shaking her head. Let me tell you this. Yes, we know that you are from different fields, different areas of interest or research. But our mission objective is very key to anything we do. How do you know our mission objectives? Most of the time you want to apply for US government grants, you are not visiting US government websites. Does it work that way? Go and visit our website, see what our ambassador is doing. What is our ambassador commissioning? What is our ambassador talking about? What is the public affairs officers talking about? What is she doing in Benin? Why is she going to Port Harcourt? Why is she going to... Do you understand? These are, the different events, different speeches given, different, programming opportunities will tell you our area of interest. And so, if you want to craft a very competitive, acceptable, successful application, it must align with our mission objective. Okay, let's read it out. Number one. Let's read it out. Everybody, number one. Number two. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Wonderful. Let's put our hands together for ourselves. I think we are following, right? This is our area of interests, our mission objectives, and craft your proposal to address any of these areas, and you'll be in the right path. Okay? Does that make sense to someone? Yeah. Good. Now, how do I apply for the Fulbright program? Visit our website, nigeria.usembassy.gov/educational_exchange.html. If you visit this website, it will give you the various categories, information on the different programs, just as I've outlined. But of course, you will need additional information, and that is why we are here, okay? You may not find everything together. Am I right? Yes. You can contact us via email, culturallagos@state.gov, and of course, this is my email address, iegususiu@state.gov. At times I will not be in the office, but I monitor my email anywhere I go, as long as there is what? There is service. There is no service, no, it will be very difficult. But what I'm saying is that even though we are in Benin, we will, still answer your inquiries. If you send an email to me now, you will get, an out of office that will help you if you need information on the Fulbright program. Okay? Now, call for application is when? When is the call for application? And of course, the deadline. The deadline, I want you to pay attention to this. It is not just submitting the online application. It includes all the supplementary documents. And what are the supplementary documents? Your references, your transcripts, okay? English proficiency, what's it called? Form, and so on and so forth. And general application guideline. Of course, you need your application form, which is online. You apply online. You need detailed project statements. Spoke about that. Detailed CV, updated one. And how many references do you need? How many references do you need? Very good. I will talk about it shortly. And of course, letter of invitation for the senior scholars. Okay? Now, application tips. Type it in English. Don't use your local language. And at times, we've seen so many things, so many things. At times people will use some symbols, they will do some proverbs, they will do some, and when you by the time you submit the form, it will now form some strings, and it will not make your application to look nice. Just use English. Don't worry about slangs or proverbs or and so on and so forth. Okay? Now, the entire application must be done online, and written application will not be accepted. Your TOEFL score must be satisfactory. At least aim to score 100. The internet-based TOEFL score. Just aim at 100 for the GSD, for the FLTA, for the Science and Technology Award Program, and so on and so forth. But for the senior scholar, I think you are fine. You don't need this. Okay? And proofread the entire application and ensure that there are no spelling or grammatical errors before submitting. We have seen a lot, even from the senior scholar application. Like, professor, you are submitting an application, you didn't proofread it, and you submit it. It looks somehow, because when you say professor, we reverence that name, we honor that name. You know, we look at you and, please proofread your application. Don't just, we've seen a lot, seriously. I'm speaking from experience. Don't just submit your application without proofreading it. It will speak well about your professional, experience. And of course, for those of us that are interested in mentoring others, please help proofread their applications, okay? Spelling errors, grammatical errors, and punctuations. And treat the application as a unitary whole, with all parts reinforcing the project statement. The flow of ideas must be there from the beginning to the end. Okay? And it must be presented orderly. And the project statement must be made to link up with your CV, your experience, your future plan, your methodology, your time. Everything must, be together. Now, the project statement is the central element of a fulbright application, whether you are teaching or researching. And so, it must be compelling and coherent, feasible. If you are giving or submitting a proposal, and from your presentation, you are not even sure of what you are submitting, so also the panel reviewing it too will think along with you. If you are writing and you are not sure you are going to accomplish what you are doing, yes, there are problems in Nigeria. All what you are saying is that there are problems, no equipment, no spec, nothing. People like that, seriously, will think and say, oh, okay. But if you tell us what you have been able to achieve amidst the problem, we will say, ooh, even though there are no lights, no equipment, no road, no this, no that, you have been able to do something. We say, this is the right candidate. Okay? It must be well written. Format of project statements. You have your background, objective, your methodology. What is the significance of your research? Your evaluation, and how do you hope to disseminate it? Justification of conducting research in the US, planned activities, and of course, what are the results you are expecting from your experiment or your research? And of course, your interest. References. Who can present, who can write a reference? I don't have time. I will have shown you some references, samples of references written by professors. At times it will be 2 lines. At times it will be full of adjectives to qualify the candidate. It's excellent. It's very professionally sound. works well with it, how does that person work well with it? Give an example. Give an example. Don't just use adjectives and write. Somebody, you know what someone said? Said we Nigerians, we write too many words. And you know, you can write like two pages, but the meaning attributed to it will just be like one sentence. You understand? So please, if you are writing a reference to support a fulbright application, that reference is one of those things that can make or mark the application of that person. So you want to give in your best. When did you know that person? And you must be able to comment on the professionalism, the academic background, the character of anybody you are supporting with a reference. And of course, you must put in your best to project the application very well. Now, who can write a reference for you? Yes, your Vice Chancellor can do that if he has the time, your DVC, your Dean, HOD, senior colleagues, and of course your supervisor, but they must be what? They must be what? With your work and your person. Okay? Now, you know, let's go to other things. It must not be 2 sentences, just as we have. I have samples here. 2 sentence references. We don't look into such reference. Okay? You should discuss both intellectual ability and personal character of the applicant. And of course, at times you can even talk about some weaknesses you have seen in the life of that applicant or his or her work. But of course, how the person is working towards to overcome the weakness. Now, transcripts for the GSD, FLTAs, for Science and Technology Award Program and so on. You are expected to submit the transcripts to our office. Some people will submit application without transcripts. When it is due for us, they will now call you, send email. You must start on time. You must start on time. People, some will even say that, the school is on strike. We know schools go on strike, but plan ahead. Plan ahead. If you are applying starting February 1st, I think you should be thinking about applying for your transcript now. I think that there have been improvements in our university system in terms of, the turnaround of applying for transcripts. Most universities, transcripts are applied online, so you can go online and apply, just make the payment, and it will be sent to us. We don't take hand-delivered transcripts. Because we are afraid, we have seen a lot. We have an issue we handled some months ago at our Education USA. Okay, I won't name schools, but we realized that there are a lot of fraudulent transcripts of that institution. And US universities sent to us that we must go and verify. And when we did the verification, we just saw that there were frauds. Yeah, so I won't mention names, but please, it must be sent directly to our office. What do you see here? Sorry. Do not accept if seal is what? Broken. It must be an official transcript, certified transcript. Okay? And please, we have some of our university management here. Anybody that is interested in the fulbright program, please assist them so that they can have their transcript on time. They have limited time to apply and to present their transcript, and it is part of the application process, okay? Now, the standardized tests, TOEFL, it must be the internet-based tests, and for personal statement, I think this applies to the GSDs and even, I think one of the senior scholar programs, you'll be asked to write a personal statement. This must include your education, your practical experience, and your special interests and plans. And of course, you must be able to present your professional development plan whenever you are writing your personal statement. Okay? Some people, when they are asked to write a personal statement, what they do is to just download their CV back to, put their CV in words. Yes, you can use some things in your CV, but it is not really giving us your CV back. Your personal statement is not your CV. So please, pay attention to that. Now, let's see. Additional information. Okay, we talked about your CV, your goals, your passport page. If you have an international passport, you can attach it to your application. It's very important. But if you don't have, no problem. If you are selected, you will be asked to apply for one. Please don't send copies of your books or your work-related documents to us. We don't need them. Someone applied for a fulbright program. The person mailed the international passport to our office. Yes. At the point of application, why do we need it? Do we need it? No. No, we don't need it. So please and please, let's take note of that. And if you are sending any document to our office, this is the address: Fulbright Program Office, Public Affairs Section, U.S. Consulate General, 2 Walter County Crescent, VI Lagos. So this is the correct address. Alright? For further information, you can send to us via email. We are reachable any day, any time. We will address your inquiry. Just send an email to us. Any of these 2 emails, we are going to get back to you. And of course, thank you so much for your attention. Tomorrow we are going to continue. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We'll continue tomorrow. We still have more information to give you, but at least this is an overview of the Fulbright program. Thank you. If you have any questions, please let us know.
Please, let's once again appreciate Clemson Yebusi for his very comprehensive presentation. Thank you so much. But remember, there is a workshop, and this was one of the very major reasons why we came here today. And as he has already indicated, between now and Thursday, they will still be here for interactions and questions and answers. But we must try now to finish this morning session. That is this first official opening session. And then after that, we'll be moving on for the exhibition. And we will invite a very respected personality here present that was invited to come and help with the declaration of the exhibition open. Just to quickly recognize Fulbrighters that are here, those that you can contact in due course. In this particular instance, there are 1 or 2 who are not still with us here in the University of Benin, but we know them to be very well-respected Fulbrighters as well. So, those here present for now, we have Professor A.B. Ebegbe, who went in 1982 for his Fulbright. Please let them see you. And then, in this unique one, we will jump it, I'll come to it later. We also have here one of the American citizens that came for Fulbright here in the University of Benin between 1993 and 1994, Phyllis Gelembo. She is not here with us today, but let's clap for her in absentia. She was there with us then. Then from Fine and Applied Arts, and is participating in this exhibition of today, we have Ademola Williams, 1996-1997. He is there. And then we have from the Faculty of Education, fulbright here was 1999-2000, Professor C.N. Omoifo. She is here present. And then she has, as I said earlier on, been visiting Nigeria, the American component of the Fulbright body. We have Professor Jean Bugatti. She was here in 2003. She was here in 2013, and she's here again 2014-2015. Please, let's clap for her. She's been one of the major drivers of this workshop and exhibition. And later on, she will also be talking to us tomorrow. From the law faculty, the host university of this Fulbright was American University, Washington College of Law, USA, Dr. Victoria Onoha. She was there in 2007. And then we have heard now she's a consultant for the American Embassy on Fulbright matters. And so we are privileged to have in our midst. She went for a Fulbright in 2011 at Oregon State University, USA, Professor Esther U. Ikwaria. She is there. This other international scholar, he got his PhD from Germany, but in 2008-2009, he was again in the senior Fulbright program in the United States, Morgan State University and Johns Hopkins University, Professor O.P. Osadolo. He is one of us. And then he has already been introduced. He has been a blessing really for the Fulbrighters here. We are very proud of him, the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic of this university, who was there in 2013, and at the University of Mississippi. We're talking of Professor Abiodun Falodun. Thank you. And then we have very hard-working, a major driving personality that helped to energize so many of us by way of this workshop. From the Faculty of Agri, Professor M.A. Bamikole is also here. We are not sure whether he's here present with us. He's been a very senior Fulbrighter on ground for many years now. I'm also from the Faculty of Agri, Professor J.O. Igene. We don't know if, I think it's on sabbatical or something, but we are blessed that he has also participated. I already announced the presence of one of our very senior Fulbrighters for many years here at University of Benin, now with NDU, Professor Hope Obiamu. Yes, thank you so much. And then visiting from the National Open University of Nigeria, we have Dr. Christine J. Ofolue. Thank you also for being here. And I am also proud to announce is one of the pride of University of Benin, in all humility, one of the longest beneficiaries of the Fulbright program. He was there for the longest time, 1987 to 1992. We're talking of Professor Edi Iragbe. That is me. I happen to have been there too. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. And so, on that beautiful note, there are members. Please permit us, just before we move on to the vote of thanks, people that are now associate Fulbrighters, by the way they work this hard or this time around to help us pull this program together. So if we just quickly call their names, let them just take a bow by way of Professor F.O. Ekaise. He worked very tirelessly with this committee. Please wave to them. Then we had also with us, working very hard, Dr. J.M. Omoyaki. Somewhere he's been very, very supportive. And then we had Dr. S.A. Ukidegbe, very, very active. Then we have Dr. Mrs. A.E. Udiko, one of our very strong pillars. Thank you. You shall become a Fulbrighter very soon. And also Dr. Era Rui Osenwere. Thank you so much. He was also very much with us. And then Dr. E.O. Igbenosa. Dr. E.O. Igbenosa. Thank you. And then the bursary department, which made sure that financial approvals by the VC came through. We are happy to have had Mr. G.O. Osadolo of the bursary department. Thank you so much. And then, of course, Osayuki Obaseki, ever dependable documentation unit of the Vice Chancellor's office. He also worked very hard with us. We are sure he's still moving around. And then Mr. Kehinde Shobokola, he was the man manning the the program for us. Department of Fine and Applied Arts, thank you so much. Then we call her the double DR, the doctor, the deputy registrar of Senate Matters, and all, who also was fully with us. We want to appreciate what she has done so far. Dr. Mrs. J.I. Ogoro, thank you so much. And then we also had from Senate Matters Mrs. Ewonwa O.I. And then we had from Senate Matters Mrs. E. Ugiabe. We thank them so much. And then it's on record that Professor Andrew Orevu of the Faculty of Education was also one of the first to have benefited from the fulbright program. We thank God for that. So ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for your patience so far. The exercise is still on, but what we want to do now is that so that they can move, because the Vice Chancellor has a good number of issues he's attending to. The whole management is here. So what we want to take first is a brief vote of thanks for the man that has helped to make sure these things came up to be. He came up with initiative, mobilized, and is the one to now come and thank some people for us. And I'm inviting the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic, Professor Abiodun Falodun, to move the vote of thanks for this opening session. Thank you.
Our highly esteemed and cherished Vice Chancellor, Professor F.F. Orumense, Fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, the immediate past Vice Chancellor of our great university, Professor O.G. Oshodi, JP, Principal Officers of the university, guest speaker, Clemson, and the representative of the Ambassador, Gehab, Provost, Deans and Directors here present, Fulbright alumni, gentlemen of the press, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Vice Chancellor, I want to move the vote of thanks. First, we want to thank our highly esteemed Vice Chancellor, Professor Orumense, for creating the enabling environment for the Fulbright workshop. As a matter of fact, in the Vice Chancellor's office, there is a unit called the Vice Chancellor's Initiatives Office. And that Initiatives Office, please, I want to repeat after me, please. We have what's called VCI, Vice Chancellor's Initiative. Please, can you repeat after me? VCI. And that is Vice Chancellor's Initiative. Our highly esteemed Vice Chancellor has initiated a lot of ideas. And Fulbright workshop is one of the initiatives. And the reason is to boost academic landscape in our university. Because he believes for workers, for staff, to be productive, to be excellent in their job, they need to be well trained. Knowledge and capacity building is very imperative. Therefore, our Vice Chancellor has put a lot of beautiful ideas. Just like what the MC, the orator of the university, said, last year we had the Distinguished Eminent Lecture Series. So we want to thank our Vice Chancellor, Professor F.F. Orumense, for this initiative, and we pray that God Almighty will reward him in Jesus' name. We also want to thank the immediate past Vice Chancellor of this great university, a man with an excellent pedigree, an icon, a giant molecule. Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank him for the support, for the encouragement as a father to this university. We thank you, sir. We also want to thank the management of our great university, the principal officers, for all the beautiful ideas. We are working together as a team because we believe in the team spirit, which is a product of our Vice Chancellor's idea. VC, we thank you, sir. For the Fulbright workshop team members, those who put the program together, I want to thank you for your effort, for the work, for what you have done. As you all agree with me, the program is a huge success. We have a lot of academic staff, the young, the intermediate staff that needs to be encouraged, that needs to be told that when you move out, you get what we call proper academic culture. And when you come in, you'll be able to contribute meaningfully to the development and the growth of our university. We want to thank everybody for your presence. I also want to thank the Fulbright alumni. We have here in our midst, they have been introduced, Professor Ebegbe, Professor Echo Obiang, the auditor of the great university, Professor Edie Ragbe, Professor Bamikole, and so many others. I want to thank you for the effort you have put in. We also pray that our God will reward you in Jesus' name. Amen. The ambassador, the U.S. ambassador, represented by Gerhard, I want to thank you because our Vice Chancellor believes in networking, in partnership, collaboration, and we believe that the U.S. Embassy has a very great role to play in this aspect. Of course, we also believe that internationalizing your degree will also help in improving what you already have and generally to improve the overall structure of our university. So we want to thank you for this wonderful idea and for coming to give us this lecture. I just have a very brief remark to make about the Fulbright. Fulbright have benefited greatly from the Fulbrights. As a matter of fact, what happened some years ago, I was in a conference in Austria. After making my presentation, I was asked a lot of questions, and I answered to the best of my knowledge. There was a lecturer that also came up, a scientist, a researcher. And immediately he came up on stage, introduced himself as a Fulbright scholar. And the audience, there was complete decorum. People listening with rapt attention. And I told myself, who is this Fulbright scholar? And by the time the man finished, the audience was completely electrified. Therefore, I told myself, when I came back, I saw a flyer, one of the flyers from the US Embassy. I told Clemcy 2 days ago, we should have the flyers. So on getting the flyers, I had to apply. And that was how I was successful and I became a Fulbright scholar. My experience was indeed very wonderful. I want to thank the presenter for today, Clemcy, for the excellent presentation. You agree with me that the lecture is quite a scintillating one, highly educative, informative. And this is the kind of thing we need in our university, which our Vice Chancellor strongly believes in, to increase academic content so that lecturers, academic staff in particular, will be excellent and highly productive in their research and academic work. Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for obliging us with your highly esteemed presence. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much. We thank our Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic for the initiative, the hard work, and the coordination that he has been highly involved in. At this stage, permit me, Mr. Chairman, please, just to recognize the representative of the Director of Institute of Child Health. That is, the Director is Dr. Sado, but represented by Mrs. B.C. Ogbogodo. Thank you. I got that name, and I thought I should still recognize your presence. And so what we want to do now, please, let's take these announcements. First, somebody has reported to us that his car key has been taken or missing. Please, with a golden opener. Please, if you need the opener, take, but return the key. That is if that was the attraction. But I think it's just that somebody dropped it in error. A handsome reward awaits you. And since we are in an American environment and considering the current exchange rate, the reward might just be in dollars. So we thank you all and we thank DVC again. So, Mr. Chairman, sir, what we now want to do is we're going to officially get the exhibition, that is the art exhibition, open. And then after that, there is coffee upstairs. And that's the order, please. The order is going to be the members of the high table, then professors and senior staff here present, then students, we know you are around. After it's clear that the way is clear, then you can join. But when you join, don't let it be that you are targeting breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Just take a little so that other people can get. But I want to assure you that later on, there will be small lunch as well. So when we finish with that, we will now come back to continue with the program. Okay. Yeah, please, what we are saying now, we want to respectfully invite the Vice Chancellor and members of the high table and our very respected former Vice Chancellor, Professor Ochi Oshodi, JP, who is our special guest of today, who will now help to cut the tape, and then you will go around the team. We have Ademola here present, Bogatti here present, that will take you around the various points to explain the acts that are on exhibition. We want to state, as you will find out from the program here, we have contributions from other universities, and then a good number of our members of faculty have also contributed as well. Please, let's rise now while the members of the high table will use this, they are using this area to go up. Just before then, the Fulbrighters here present, please. Okay, the key has been found. Let the person see me for $1 or $2 after this. Thank you so much. Why are you all coming now? How many people found it? Please, let's come upstairs, please, for a group photograph here before we go up there. So you can just please sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Thank you. Fulbrighters here present, come up. Okay. We are the head of department of Fine and Applied Arts, Professor John Ogene, is here present and is going to conduct us around the exhibition. Please, let's wave to him there, Professor Ogene. John, let the principal officers please come closer here for the group photograph. Okay, while we are at it, there's another program, many exchange programs. One of them is also Humphrey Fellow Program, And one of us, Professor Wodia Muyiwa, was there in Boston University, like myself, 1999 to 2000. So we appreciate him. That's another program of exchange, the Humphrey Fellow Program. Thank you. Please, let's see. Who is arranging people? No, is it? It's okay here. Ambassador. Right. Okay, those two are busy. This way. Can you catch? Be sure I am present in it. You can do position. Let's check out. How many of you are standing there now? Others can support. Tell us if everybody is being seen, otherwise go and reposition. Say she goes there. Are you done? Thank you. Please, while we are here, the Vice Chancellor wants to make a presentation to the ambassador's rep. Piaro. Cameras. Okay, there's another presentation also for the ambassador. Great painting, let them bring it quickly. Steven, the artist that did this, quickly come and present to the Vice Chancellor. We now present to the rep of the ambassador. Quickly. No, the guy is coming, the artist. Please, the owner of this key should see me with proof of ownership. That is proof of ownership. Thank you so much. So we ask the Vice Chancellor, the Ambassador's rep, our former Vice Chancellor and other principal officers to now go here through this location to declare the art exhibition open. The VC Emeritus. Go together.
The black lady, the office near before our own. Go to her, see, tell her to give you the balance. I will give her when I come.